Welcome to the Dannyola Show, where we don't judge, we love, we appreciate, we elevate, we educate, and we motivate. I got the one and only, the best of the best, a rapper slash artist slash producer slash a mini man, a man with many hats. We got the one and only Ike with us here. What's going on with you, man?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really nice.
Man, good to see you, man, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, bro.
How's 2025 treating you so far?
Man, 2025 has been a hell of a ride, bro.
Yeah.
A hell of a ride, but you know what? I'm here, and we're going to keep going.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. I know I already kind of introduced you, but give us a little mini introduction of you, man. Like, your social media, how to find you, etc.
For sure. Yeah, man. Social media, I'm Ike, all caps with an exclamation mark. There goes Ike on Insta. And catch me on all the socials.
Okay. So first question, man, what inspired you to start rapping?
Man, okay. So honestly, I love music, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love music. And when I was young, my dad, he had a collection of just like different stuff, from vinyls to CDs, tapes. And I mean, he would always just share, his love of music. And I'm talking like all genres, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I think that just hearing music and then knowing that, I can do the same thing too. Like I can also write, I can also showcase my talents.
Mm-hmm.
I think those things help me want to be where I'm at.
Okay. So are there any artists that, or experiences that you have heavily influenced your style?
For sure. I think that artists like Lauryn Hill, artists like Eminem, Ludacris, even Kanye West. Like these are artists that I genuinely admire. Andre 3000 is another one, and I kind of like take little things that I've appreciated about them, and I kind of like made my own style out of that. So, yeah. Okay.
So what was the hardest part about starting your rap journey? Was it like the name? Was it just putting yourself out there? What was the most difficult part for you?
Absolutely the name. 100%, 120% the name.
Okay.
And it's weird, man, because so I didn't know what I wanted to be called initially, and I think the name I ended up kind of going with is crazy, just because I don't really like talk about it, nor have I shared it like that.
Okay.
But I had a name I was going by, so it's like Diamond. Like like a diamond,
yeah,
right?
like a diamond,
but without the D at the end. So it was Diamond. That was the name. And man, I don't know why, I chose that name. I don't know what compelled me, but that was the name I was rocking with, And over time, it just hit me like, man, you know what? Nah, that ain't the one, And so after that, I kind of was experimenting with different little names, different styles. Again, Andre 3000, huge influence of mine, what I mean? And so I kind of like, bit of style a little bit, I went with Ikester 3000 just for a little bit, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, I think sticking with Ike, all caps, exclamation, that's where it's at. And that's where it is. So.
Man, just keep it original, man.
Yeah, man.
You keep it original. A is always the best.
Yeah.
So can you walk us through your creative process when writing lyrics and and producing music?
Yeah. So when it comes to the writing, I mean, honestly, man, like I stem a lot of my, stories and just lyrics and everything from my own personal life and things that friends have gone through. Okay. I'm a storyteller personally, so I just like, talking about life and talking about things that we all go through. So that's part of the, what inspires me in that regard. Other situations would just be like, I don't know, sitting down and just kind of like relaxing. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like sometimes when I'm just chilling, not even thinking of like doing anything, the right thoughts come to mind, and from there I start writing. So.
You're now listening to Too Many Bad Decisions. You're making Too Many Bad Decisions. You're listening, you're making Too Many Bad Decisions. You're listening, you're making. And this is Ike.
Peace up, I'm gravy now. 2 shots, I'm wavy now. Everybody got what they wanted, and I ain't breaking down. I used to wear my heart on my sleeves until I had to sleep in that car in Lazy Town. Backtrack, I'm gravy now. You ever made a wish on 11-11? Get lucky like 7 sevens and end up learning a lesson? Cause I did. Been a rebel, dancing with devils, pushing that pedal with revel. But now I'm jumping the gates of hell with my highness. Peace, God, allergic to musty.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And you know, personally, I love rap that has storytelling in it instead of just talking about random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we hear the normal, women and all this and that and drugs and all that. But then when you actually tell a story, something that I can follow, and then you have a visual with it too,
right.
It's like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from, and it kind of hits different than it does just talking about the random or the norm of what everybody talks about.
For sure.
So what advice would you give up and coming artists looking to make a name for themselves?
Man, okay. I think the major thing is just consistency.
Yes.
And that's even something that I struggle with sometimes, because, life be lifing.
Yeah.
And so it's like when that happens, like, how do you adjust? Like, how do you like get through that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like being consistent is number one. Number two is knowing that you have to put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Like understanding that like failing is a part of the process. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can't be afraid to fail, because it's like if you're afraid to fail, then that means you don't want to succeed. Everybody that's made it in any industry, like they failed in one way or another. You know what I mean? So gotta be, you can't be afraid to fail. You gotta be able to put yourself out there and just network, talk to people. You don't know who knows who. So just put yourself out there, and in time, with consistency, things will work out.
And man, you hit the nail on the head on every point there. Consistency, number one. And just not being afraid to fail, because a lot of times we be right there at that finish line and we just seem to just be like, you know what, it's not working, I'm gonna just go ahead and give up, not knowing that your blessing was right there around the corner. It was just waiting on you, but you just decided to just stop where you was at.
Yeah.
And like you said, putting yourself out there. I know for me, anytime I post like more than 1 or 2 or 3 posts on Instagram, I'd be like, man, I didn't post it too much. That's too much. But in reality, it's like, nah, people want to see, what you're doing, want to see your lifestyle, just want to see what you're up to,
Exactly.
and if you want to promote yourself and promote your business or your brand, you just got to keep posting.
Exactly.
Run ads or do whatever it is to catch people's attention, because a lot of people's attention span are really short.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So especially with the new generation coming up, as well, no offense to y'all, what I'm saying? The attention span is real low, you know what I'm saying? So, they just kind of, so like you said, consistency, not being afraid to fail, and also networking and talking to people, man. Yeah. I know me, I'm a social butterfly, so I'm just talking to anything, to anybody and everybody, so I definitely respect what you're saying. So what does self-care look like to you? I know with everything that's going on, life is life. And what does self-care look like to you?
Self-care. Okay. So it's, for me, self-care looks like going to a beach. You know what I mean? Self-care looks like just watching my favorite show. Self-care looks like just being able to mentally drift away and just relax, And so I feel like, when you take time to take care of yourself and recharge, you're able to do so much more, and it's like a lot of people, in my opinion, they don't take that time to recharge. They don't take that time to kind of like just relax and get their headspace together, and they end up trying to overwork themselves. And it's like they're complaining on why they can't get things done. And it's like, of course you can't get things done. Like, you're not even taking time to take care of yourself. How can you take care of anything else if you can't take care of yourself? It's crazy. So I don't know. For me, I just like, I want to make sure I recharge. I want to make sure that I take care of myself, and I want to make sure that I get what I got to get done. And it's crazy. Like there's a movie, one of my favorites. It's called Men in Black.
Okay.
And I think it was the third one, I believe it was, where there was a scene where they were trying to find something, and they were trying to do something, but Agent K, who's played by Tommy Lee Jones, his younger character in the movie, he was telling Will Smith, whose name is Agent J in the movie, that, let's not focus on what we got to get done. Let's get some pie. right? And Will's like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean pie? We got to take care of this thing. Like, why are you worried about pie right now? And he's like, no. Let's get pie. And Will's like, all right, whatever. Let's get pie, whatever. So they get pie. And in the middle of them getting that pie was when they were able to just kind of like relax, you know, because they were so consumed on trying to take care of this specific issue.
Yeah.
But they didn't know how to. But in the middle of them getting that pie and them chilling was when the idea came to mind. That was when they realized what they needed to do. And they only were able to do that by just chilling or getting pie or self-care, you see? So I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Nah, you definitely speaking facts there. And I can definitely piggyback on that because I know when it comes to self-care, mine is 0 to none. You know, I'm always on the go, always moving around. But then, you know, my inner circle and, you know, all my friends tell me, hey, man, Daniel, slow down, bro. Like, you doing the most, man. Like, take some time for yourself. Yeah. You know, when was the last time you even took care of you? And, you know, like you said, if you don't recharge, if you don't rebuild, if you don't take care of yourself, then how can you take care of others? And I'm always trying to take care of everything and everybody else except me. So, you know, I can say in my college life and also life after college, there's times where my body just shut down and said, nope, you just gonna sleep. Yeah. You know, and that happened. But you are right. When you do refresh your brain and refresh your mind, your body, your soul, like you're able to come up with new ideas and new things and new ways of just building your brand and building yourself.
100%.
Yes, sir. So do you believe that your genre of music has changed throughout the years, or you think that it still remained the same?
That's a good question. That's a really good, that's crazy. I've never thought about that. I have never thought about that.
Really?
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Yeah, it has. It has changed a little bit.
Changed.
Just a little bit. And I say that only because, so I've always been a storyteller. Always. I feel like over the years, I've kind of teetered with braggadocious rap and storytelling versus just life storytelling. And granted, it's, you know, it's the same thing. It's all storytelling, you know, but I will say that I kind of like, it's, man, what's a great way to describe it? It's like, you know, I used to be like Slick Rick level of storytelling.
Okay.
And I shifted over the years to more of like a Jay-Z, Lupe type storytelling.
Okay.
You know, where it's like, you know, I'm talking about something clearly, right? But I'm also just, you know, making sure I have fun with it. So I'm not like just preaching at people because I hate that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like, shout out to everybody else who rap and who preach. Hey, do your thing. Me, I'm good. I don't want that. So I would rather just, you know, talk to you, tell my story, whatever it, you know, it may be, but also just, you know, make sure that I'm not just lecturing you in my music. I want you to, you know, feel the vibe, feel the, you know, the energy, and also take something from it. So
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, I hear you. Yeah. And you know, and there's one song then, and when you said, you know, braggadocious in the way of like rapping, I thought about one song by J. Cole, Applying Pressure. You know, he was like, sometimes you just gotta show them, you know, that you can just do it.
Exactly.
You know, just show them who you are.
Exactly. And the thing is that, like, for me, I'm somebody who I know my capabilities. So for me, I don't ever back down for anything, right? So if I'm ever in a position where I need to showcase somebody, like, you know, what I can do, or they may think, he fell off, or he ain't put out a song that sound like this in a while. And it's like, bro, I just chilled. Let me show you what I can do.
Okay.
Let me bring it back.
Okay.
You know, so
yeah,
that's just how I kind of go about it.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Definitely excellent words right there, man. I cannot lie.
You want the cars, you want the bras, you want the mall, you want the stars, you want the ball, you want it all, you want it all.
You want it all. You a bet 2 a.m. You a bet 2 a.m. You a bet 2 a.m. You a bet 2 a.m.
I told my people, never mind the mistakes. I have some problems of my own, and I'm dealing with change. I know some people pray to God, some others pray for the pain. I got a homie late on rent, I guess he praying for change.
Shoot. Y'all, that concludes the episode of the Dannyola Show. Like I said before, we got the one and only, the man himself, the soon to be the best rapper alive. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, I'm going to say no cap. It ain't no cap. It ain't no cap. It ain't no cap. We got the one and only Ike.
Yeah.
And we are out.